Working with your best friend.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, we're lucky to have you here in Jackson, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
We're
us.
lucky to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jackson is
Very
an
fortunate.
amazing community. We didn't even get into all the great things you do in terms of giving back. We'll have to talk about that next time. But you're a blessing to the community, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. If you're looking to buy or sell, make sure you touch base with the Heather Herndon team.
Tune in Wednesdays at 3:30, 7:30, and 10:30 for Where We Live, presented by Lloyd Gampton Retirement Centers.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Auntie.
Good morning, Bart. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Is it the first day of spring?
First full day of spring. Spring arrived at 5:24 yesterday. Hard to tell.
Very hard to tell.
Today should be a nice day. Sunshine, but clouds will increase this afternoon and a high of 52 degrees. But later in the week, the northern half of the lower peninsula is expecting several inches of snow, spring snowstorm in the up north.
That should be wonderful. I know a lot of people are looking forward to spring break more so than maybe ever in the past from some of the people I've talked to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say be careful if you're driving. A lot of people are driving. I did a rental car search again, and there are no rental cars available anywhere.
No?
So, and that's due still to that chip shortage.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So be careful. Most popular spring break locations: Miami, San Diego, South Padre Island, and Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
You know, with the Netflix show The Outer Banks, a lot of viewers think that it's like that down there.
It's not.
It's not like that down there. So stop
going.
ruining our beautiful slice of heaven, please. And you wouldn't want to go down there on spring break because you're not going to get sun.
No.
So save it for the summer.
Yes, Outer Banks is actually filmed in and around Charleston, South Carolina.
Yes.
Which is nowhere near the Outer Banks.
Yes, and I've never seen anyone that looked
Any of the
anything
stars?
like that down there.
The
No,
Bogues. You don't see the Bogues?
I've never seen them. No, it's not real. So, but yeah, definitely be careful traveling. There's going to be a lot of people, and people start leaving Jackson. We leave early. People have started to leave today for their week-long vacation. So safe travels.
Yes, and many people are already planning their staycation, and there are a number of organizations that are planning some spring break activities like the Jackson YMCA, Jackson District Library, the Michigan Theater. Be sure and check Today in the J and experiencejackson.com each day during spring break for some fun things to do.
You are dressed almost as if you were going to go to Mar-a-Lago today with that kind of
thanks.
sea breeze outfit.
It's spring.
I heard Donald Trump might be arrested today, but I don't think it'll happen. No.
No, it's according to most media reports, he is not being arrested today.
But how interesting would that be, right? First former president ever indicted, and what a circus, right? Absolute circus.
The former president is rumored to actually want the handcuffs and perp walk,
Yeah.
but
He's not going to get handcuffs.
he's not getting that.
No, they will not. They will not do handcuffs. As you know, I was in Fort Wayne
Oh yeah, how was it?
It was good. Now, do you remember our friend Clay McAndrews was telling us about the city that's trying to rip off Bright Walls?
Yeah.
And even down to some of the marketing.
It's Fort Wayne.
It is.
Wow.
Well, I think it is, but I've checked it out, and it's got nothing on Jackson. Nothing on Jackson. So,
Yeah.
but you know, murals in cities are very, very popular at this point. So, that's definitely the trend.
Yeah, Clay has been approached by many organizations and municipalities to lend a hand in creating their own version of a Bright Walls Festival. And Clay's been very generous about that. And I think he was hired as a consultant by one community, but Fort Wayne, they didn't. They just ripped off all the...
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I will say that I didn't get a complete tour of their art, but it's different. It's different.
Well, ours is the best.
Well, I think so too.
The NCAA tournament, there are no perfect brackets, although I did pretty well.
You had Purdue winning. I should have brought the brackets down. Maybe we'll do that on Thursday. We'll bring down the brackets, but we still don't have an update from our. Is he our bracketologist?
He's slacking this year.
Adam, he used to send updates after every round.
Yeah.
I haven't heard boo from him.
Where is our bracketologist?
Yeah, I don't know. So here's what I think has happened. I think he doesn't care about our brackets. I think he only cares about the higher dollar bracket.
Oh.
So.
Well, the favorites have changed because of the loss of
That's right.
Purdue and some other upsets. The New York Times Athletic is reporting that Alabama is now the favorite.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Michigan State, Kansas State Thursday at Madison Square Garden. I think the winner of that's going to the Final Four.
Yep. MSU senior guard Tyson Walker was crucial in defeating Marquette on Sunday. When he got back to East Lansing, he found that his car had been towed.
What?
Yes, he did.
You can't do that to Tyson Walker.
Yes. The MSU Department of Police and Public Safety's parking division towed his car, and according to MSU police, cars are towed if the vehicle's in a loading zone, leased space, university service vehicle space, disabled person space, or has 6 or more unpaid tickets, or is in a fire lane, or obstructing traffic.
Michigan State notorious for parking tickets. It's very difficult. So I'm with Tyson, and I think the university should pay to get this out. He had such a good game.
I think so too. I think they should give him a new car.
I think they should give him a new
Is that a
car.
violation of the NCAA?
No, there's no violations anymore.
No.
No, maybe he can go.
NIL, anything goes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Other basketball news last night. Did you see the New York Knicks?
No, I watched probably 4 games of the women's
the
tournament
women's
last
tournament. Well, New York Knicks forward Julius Randle had a career high 57 points at Madison Square Garden, that's where the next round of NCAA
Yes.
games are. But despite 57 points by Randle, the Knicks lost to the Timberwolves 140 to 134. He also set a franchise record for points in a single quarter with 26.
night. Wow.
Yeah, 9 threes. Wow.
Wow, amazing. Julius Randle. How old is he, Brandon? Can't be 30 yet, can he?
Oh, he's 30 yet. Yeah.
Amazing.
he's
Interesting
30.
talent he is. He a beast right out of college and kind of couldn't find his way, and it looks like he's definitely found his way now. Yeah, I was watching the women's tournament. Had an interest in Indiana. Obviously, Alexis Vargasser goes there from Grass Lake. Indiana lost pretty much at the buzzer to Miami. It was a great game. I don't know if I like the home court advantage in the women's tournament for the first 2 games. It's crazy. I know why they do it, to fill the arena. But I didn't think Michigan should have to go down and play LSU and their fancy dress coach. What is her name? Pam Malarkey? With all the polka dots, Brandon? I thought that was unfair.
Well, there have been some, I think, unfair assignments. Some of the California teams having built-in fan base when they play in California.
Yeah, that's not right.
It's the luck of the draw.
Pine Knob released their schedule.
Oh,
And It's exciting. It's an exciting one. Highlights include Tim McGraw, Santana. But Brandon, I've got a back-to-back for you. July 22nd, Bare Naked Ladies. Then Sunday, July 23rd, Snoop and Too Short.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice back-to-back.
Yes, that's a good back-to-back. Dave Matthews Band will be there for their Tuesday show, as always. But yeah, Pine Knob. It's Pine Knob again.
Yeah, they dropped DT
They did.
Energy.
They did. Very timely.
Yeah. Yes, DT Energy is getting a lot of criticism.
Oh, people do not care for them.
Will there be any country acts at Pine Knob?
I said Tim McGraw.
Oh, Tim McGraw. Now, is he one of the country dads on The Voice or American Idol? There's
He-
Blake. Which one is he
I
on?
only know Braden Lape.
Yeah, but there's Blake. What's his name?
Blake Griffin.
No. On The Voice.
Blake Underwood.
No. What's the guy's name on The Voice that helped Braden?
Blake Shelton.
Blake. Is it Blake Shelton? Yeah. And then who's the guy on American Idol that's the country guy that looks like Blake Shelton?
Luke Bryan.
Oh, that's hard to
Yeah.
tell.
Luke
Everyone-
Bryan, he has way better teeth
They have
than the other fella. for
those
sure.
shows. They have to have a country dad
Yeah.
figure.
Yeah, they're good. That's the new father figure.
Yeah. I got the police blotter here. Sergeant Postma was in the 100 block of East Cortlandt Street. This is from St. Patrick's Day night. He observed a vehicle hit a parked car, then attempted to leave the scene. A traffic stop was conducted, and the 37-year-old male driver was arrested for driving while intoxicated. While he was doing that arrest, a large fight broke out in the parking lot.
Oh my God.
And they were there. Luckily, the police were able to quell the disturbance after the subjects that were fighting left the area. Officers observed another vehicle strike a different parked car, and guess what? The driver was arrested for driving while intoxicated.
Do you have those drivers' names?
How stupid do they have to be to see cops at a traffic stop?
Well, maybe they thought the cops were busy.
Busy. I'll sneak out while the cops are busy.
Yeah.
But when you hit a parked car, it's two people hit a parked car,
That's crazy.
one right after the other.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. Weird. Hey, it's time for Love Living in Jackson, presented by Heather Herndon and the Herndon team. And each week, Heather reminds us why it's great to live here. Coincidentally, Heather's got a house listed 2 doors down from me. So if
Really?
you'd like to be my neighbor, Heather's got a house for you. And I am a wonderful neighbor. Noah, no, you can't move in. Okay, sorry. No Noahs in the neighborhood. Sugaring and Shearing coming up. The Sugaring and Shearing Festival, Sunday, March 26, 12 to 4, mark your calendars, and join us as we get back out to Farm Lane to enjoy the wonders of spring on the farm. And that's Love Living in Jackson, presented by Heather Herndon and the entire Herndon team at Howard Hanna Real Estate Services.
Thanks to Jackson College for hosting a mental health forum yesterday. It was a project by the team at the folks in the diversity. What's the department called?
Diversity, Equity, Inclusion.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a cool story for, connection to JTV. Daryl Stinson, phenomenal athlete, grew up here in the Jackson area, football and basketball player. I mean, he's one of the best really to ever play around here. Struggled with mental health. He played football at Central Michigan, survived an attempted suicide, and has turned into a motivational speaker and really just helps a lot of people. And his story is absolutely amazing. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube. I believe he even did a TED Talk, and I would check that out. Daryl, just an inspiration. I believe a 2008 grad of Jackson High School.
Yeah, he told those that were gathered at Burke Walker Hall yesterday that after an injury at Central Michigan playing football, they gave him opioids.
Right.
And common, and ended up getting hooked and kind of a spiral began downward from there. His mom, he told the folks at the event, his mom threw herself on the hood of his car to prevent him from killing himself.
I believe it. That's
Wow.
amazing. What an amazing, powerful story. And for him to be able to take his story and help young people, he's got a story that a lot of people can resonate with. High school athlete, star, and you get injured, fall on hard times, right? That happens quite a bit. But I'm really proud to see him using his talents, and he's been doing this for quite a while
Yeah.
now.
Travelers at Detroit Metro Airport were held up a little bit because a gentleman from Ghana brought 6 giant African land snails in his luggage to Detroit Metro, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection said, no, you can't. They apparently they're like invasive species like this.
So you've got nothing to worry about in your
Zebra
checked bag,
mussel.
Brandon.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
This guy, and they said, what are you going to do with these snails? They were live in his luggage, and he said, well, I was going to eat them.
When he got there?
He was going to eat them.
Like as a snack?
Yes.
Ugh.
Snails,
No, I don't know.
escargot.
Escargot.
But these are giant snails, giant escargot. But they're disgusting, and they can carry disease.
Were they in
Even-
his carry-on or checked?
It doesn't say.
Because would they smell?
I don't know. Does snail smell?
I think they probably do smell. Look at that stuff.
whatever
How
that
can that
is.
not smell?
I guarantee it smells. Oh my gosh! And he was going to eat
This
them.
is at Detroit Metro?
Yes.
Wow. 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 You gotta wait till you get into the Sky Club to eat the escargot, sir.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They do have we do have food here in Michigan. So
We
you
do.
don't have to bring your own food.
The school health centers are back open. The Center for Family Health at Parkside, Northeast, Jackson High, and Northwest. Need a physical? Want to learn more about your health? Just feeling stressed? Or if you're just plain old sick, the Center for Family Health School Health Centers can help. Center for Family Health has been opening the door to health care for all for more than 30 years.
Yikes. Here's some vacation news. A lot of people like the Airbnbs. The what's the other one called?
Verbo.
Verbo. A couple in Colorado rented a home through Airbnb, and they're enjoying sitting out in the hot tub outside in the evening having drinks. And the gentleman felt something grab his head.
Oh my God.
Yes, and it was a mountain lion.
You're kidding
I
me.
know.
Did he die?
No, he jumped out and ran into the house.
Jeez, I would have too. They look like wolves.
Mountain lion.
They look like wolves and dogs.
No, mountain lions, they've got big hair.
No,
don't
that's
look
a
anything like-
regular lion. I don't think so. I think we'll look into. You know what? Let's see what a mountain lion looks like right now. Let's
We don't
settle
even
this.
have, by the way, we don't have wolves in Jackson County. I asked the folks from the DNR.
We have coyote.
Yes, we have plenty of those, and they're not dangerous to humans.
Yeah. So the mountain lion does not have a big beard.
Oh,
So sorry, mountain lion.
we've got a shot of that, so.
Yeah. So you were thinking of the traditional zoo lion
Mm-hmm.
or
MGM lion.
the MGM lion.
Yeah.
And they filmed that with a real lion. Thank you for not showing my search bars up there, Brandon, on some of the other stuff I may or may not have been looking at this morning. Appreciate you very much.
Who's on the show today?
We've got a great show. We are going to meet some principals from Jackson Public Schools right after this quick break.
Center for Family Health is proud to announce that all 4 of our school health center locations have reopened and are accepting new patients. We recognize the importance of making sure kids have access to medical and mental health care. When their basic needs are met, kids are better prepared to focus on learning and be present in school. Families thrive when everyone has access to quality health care, so patients of all ages are welcome. Parkside, Northeast, Jackson High, and Northwest Health Centers provide primary medical care and mental health services in convenient locations throughout the community. Call us today to make your appointment or for more information. Center for Family Health, opening the door to healthcare for all.
Asthma Allergy Centers can help you breathe freely. Since 1980, our board-certified specialists have provided testing and treatment for a wide variety of asthma and allergy-related conditions, including immunodeficiencies and skin problems. No referrals are necessary, and we accept any insurance or no insurance. You can even use our mobile app to check in and pay. Come see us at our Jackson office or one of our multiple offices in Southwest Michigan.
At Blair's Car Care, honesty and customer satisfaction have always been the most important thing for us. We have been serving loyal customers in Jackson County for almost 100 years. We do auto repair of all sorts, including tires, alignment, brakes, oil changes, and much more. For more information, please call 517-782-8116 or come stop by at 2424 Wildwood Avenue and experience for yourself what makes Blair's so special.
Go crazy for cash at Firekeepers with the $132,000 Money Keepers Mania cash giveaway on Saturday, March 25th. The cash prizes get larger with each drawing. You could be one of 15 to win from $4,000 to $14,000. Earn entries daily through March 25th for the $132,000 Money Keepers Mania cash giveaway. The best giveaways, the biggest guaranteed prizes, only at Firekeepers Casino Hotel.
The Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill has something for everyone. They offer a large menu with a variety of meals to choose from, including many Middle Eastern options, along with the everyday favorites. Enjoy live music and dancing, pool table, huge bar and large banquet hall, perfect for your next gathering, wedding reception, graduation party, and more. And don't miss Sunday brunch, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Experience a great night out at the Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill, located at 3705 Ann Arbor Road in Jackson.
Today's show is brought to you by Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping, and as it's the first day of spring, it's time to start thinking about your lawn. Oh, I know. I got to get all these trees picked up out of my lawn, but Wilcox will be out starting up sprinklers and getting your lawn fertilized and ready to look good. Give Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping a call today.
I was talking to a golf course a year ago on St. Patrick's Day. They were mowing.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy. I think some are going to try and open up if the snow melts. Hey, On Two Wheels is having an anniversary party, and it is on April 1st. 10:30 to 5 o'clock. They will have food, drinks. I heard they're giving away an e-bike, and everything in the store will be on sale. That's On Two Wheels, April 1st, 10:30 to 5 p.m.
Joining us now are two principals from Jackson Public Schools, from Cascades Elementary and her first year as principal there, Crescenda Jones, and Northeast Elementary Principal Phil Van Allen. Good morning.
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, nice to have you guys. It's an exciting time, as always, at JPS, but we were talking just on the break, just all the improvements that have been made, kind of just makes everything come together.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, when I look at where Northeast was just a few years right before COVID, all the changes they've brought in, all the things they've done, improving these areas for students, for teachers, everyone, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and you've got a brand new school.
Brand new school, beautiful building inside and out. So we're doing some great things inside as well.
What's it like having the brand new building for, well, one for yourself, staff, but for the kids?
I think it gives the families, the staff, me as a whole, something to look forward to. We're not just concentrating on the beautiful building on the outside, but actually trying to do some great things on the inside as well in terms of instruction. And we're doing great things, both inside and out.
Yeah, and with a new building, you never have to worry about anything really breaking. So that's cool.
I asked, we had two principals on from JPS yesterday. I asked them both if they had seen Abbott Elementary, and neither had.
The show?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it. Get a kick out of it. Some of you are like, I've seen that before it happens. And some are like, I wouldn't go like that. But yeah, I get a kick out of it.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny show, and it's about elementary school in Philadelphia. Yeah, on having tough times.
I bet, yeah.
So you're all both in a good mood because, well, spring break.
It's coming up. We're who's counting, right?
Yeah. What's spring break like for a principal? Is that just a nice time to chill out, or?
You get some work done, whether there's a little freedom for you, right? So most of mine will be done from home, but it's still kind of, okay, we're looking at towards the end of the year here now, right? We come back, kindergarten roundup starting right away. Then we're looking at everything for the picnics. We're looking at the end of the year. We're looking at our 5th grade bridging ceremony as they get ready to go to Parkside. So it would be great if we could have some time to sit and relax, but there's still work to be done.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at some of the things happening at each of your schools. You can tell us what we're looking at.
Yeah, so this one here is one of our kindergarten rooms. So these kiddos were part of the Young Fives program, and so they get 2 years. They call it a gift of time. So they were with Mrs. Chartrand last year for their Young Fives, and then they're with her again this year in kindergarten. So right now they're working through their different letters. They're getting ready for the 1st grade. We've got in all of our K through 2 rooms at Northeast right now, these smart boards. They're great. We're able to put them in a spot where they're low enough the students can interact with them. They can work on their letters, their sound blends, all of those different activities. They get a chance to really interact with it. And same idea here. They have these where it's inside this little piece of plastic that they can write on, erase, reuse. So as they're doing their math, their 10 frames, it really puts the student interacting with their work and having a chance to be a part of what's going on.
Those 2 pictures, that's more work than I did in my entire kindergarten.
I know, isn't kindergarten, it's so different, even when I was there, right?
I was telling Jasper was on the other, I think I went a half day. Kindergarten.
Yep.
But it was probably 2.5 hours or something, right?
And you might do your letters and numbers, you moved on. Now they're doing everything under the sun, what we thought of as 1st grade as kinder.
Yeah.
So
much more intense.
Yeah.
Reading month?
Reading month, so Mrs. Chartrand invited me down to her room to read to them. It's so much fun with these kindergartners. They're so excited and so into these stories as you're going through. This one, you're making animal noises and everything else, so the kiddos just love it. We've had Superintendent Beal, Assistant Superintendent Baker, all kinds of people have come through. We had former principals, everything else come through the building.
You haven't done any reading month things.
I haven't in a long time. No, in a long time.
Well,
We're gonna have to get to sign.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I have, but you have, of course.
Yeah. And Crescendo, you brought some photos from Cascades Elementary.
Yes, our students are celebrating 100th Day. So that's one of our classrooms where we get to a milestone of counting the number of days that we've been in school. So they're very excited in Miss Beth Miller's room.
That was always my favorite day to go to the school.
Oh, 100.
Kids dressed up like they were 100 years old, and they brought 100 pennies, and 100 this, and 100 that.
And this is some center time work where students are placed in centers while the teacher works with other students for reading or an ELA, so our TP there. And
Bart, do you know what ELA is?
What?
Do you know what ELA is?
ELA?
Yeah.
English language.
Very good. But yes, that's one thing I've learned is that's what the kids are called. I have ELA. That's taken me some time to get used to as a parent.
That's on as educators we need to work on, right? We're so used to throwing these acronyms out. We got TAs and the IEPs and everything else.
And some pumpkin carving there as they were celebrating harvest. So just some great students. Those are our kindergarten classrooms, and some coloring of numbers. And what a skill that we need in kindergarten.
So kindergarten roundup, there's a lot going on. You guys have, you really need to plan on spending a little bit of time, but there's tons of resources available.
Yeah, absolutely. So when they come into the building, they'll get a chance to tour the building. Both of us have fairly large buildings. We're the 2 largest elementaries in JPS. And so there's going to be a host of different people there where they can meet different parts of the community. So the ABC Academy, Center for Family Health, all these different groups that are going to be there that are community partners. And I know we say a lot where community comes together, but Kindergarten Roundup is a great example of that.
Yes,
all these different partners that come together. Students are required by the state to have vision and hearing screening. We offer it right there on site.
And people can pick which kindergarten roundup they go to. In fact, they can go to all of them.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
they
sure
can.
can, yeah. We'll see that too sometimes. So they'll go to all the different buildings, have their choices, right? With School of Choice, that's a big part of their options, being able to go through these buildings, see what does this building offer, what's unique, what's different here compared to the other buildings in district, out of district, and make the informed choice.
How long have you been at Northeast now?
So this is my 3rd year at Northeast, 4th year at JPS. I was assistant principal a year and 2nd year as principal.
Awesome.
Kids can, both of your schools, all JPS schools are neighborhood schools.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've got a lot of kids that just walk.
Absolutely.
But you can, as you said, you can go to any one of the schools.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you live.
Yep. It's definitely unique for education compared to what it used to look like, right? But it's great for them to have those abilities to say, this is the building that I think is going to meet my needs the best.
Yeah. What's the personality of Northeast Elementary?
Well, you're seeing it right here. So we've got, when you look through our whole building, we've got such a fun, engaging staff that just loves working with kids, right? So you look at our kindergarten, those teachers are down there on the floor with them. I was a high school teacher. I couldn't imagine spending the day on the floor and on the carpet, right? But they're down there with them. They're reading with them. As you work your way up through the building, we use what's called caring school communities. So the whole idea, they start with a morning circle, and a little bit bigger than this circle, but they're all together. There's a topic they're covering, and they're going through either a struggle they've had, a success story they've had, something where they're talking about what's coming up in that day. And that's been a huge part of it for our kinder through our 5th grade.
And Crescenda, is your school too new to have a personality?
No, we are not too new to have a personality. I'm very fortunate to have a mix of some new teachers, so fresh out of college teachers, as well as our more seasoned teachers. Just like Phil alluded to, we have some caring, outstanding kindergarten teachers that do an awesome job. When I need a little pick-me-up, that's where I'm headed, to a kindergarten room to hear the kids read or get down on the floor with them as well. But we are definitely doing some awesome things around PBIS, which is Positive Behavior Intervention Support, and working to make sure that that community feel comes to Cascades.
Great. See you both at Kindergarten Roundup next month, and thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
JPS principals Phil Van Allen and Crescenda Jones. More of the morning show after this.
Serving the greater Jackson area for over 25 years, Tamrock's Automotive knows that your life does not come to a halt because of a concern with your vehicle. Our mission is to provide extraordinary service for every customer, every time. We offer pickup and drop-off service, free loaner vehicles, free car wash, and a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on most repairs. And yes, your vehicle will be diagnosed on the same day of your appointment. Our extensive health and safety inspections, our professional technicians, and state-of-the-art technology will ensure that you know the current condition of your vehicle. You can make an informed decision on the repairs made to your car or truck. When your ride is at a standstill, but your life is not, take it to Tamrock's. Automotive repair you can count on.
You need a plumber? From leak repairs to new construction. Grimes Plumbing Company. Licensed and insured, proudly serves the Jackson area with fast, reliable service. No hot water, drains clogged? Call Grimes Plumbing today. Proudly serving Jackson County.
Tina, the Tina Turner Musical. Tina Turner's triumphant story is live on stage in the mega hit musical direct from Broadway. Prepare to be ecstatically blown away. April 18th through the 23rd at Wharton Center. Tickets at Wharton Center and WhartonCenter.com.
We all want to protect those we care about. The best way to show them that you care is by getting the COVID-19 vaccine and booster. Safe and effective for everyone 6 months and older, vaccinated individuals are less likely to experience severe COVID-19 symptoms or hospitalization. Protect your loved ones, protect your children, protect yourself. Get vaccinated and boosted. Those you care about are counting on you. Call the Center for Family Health Walk-in Clinic at 748-5500 for your COVID-19 vaccine or booster.
Hello, I'm Brian with Avenue Auto. It's tax refund season again. And right now at Avenue Auto through Tax Day, bring in your W-2 and drive away today. Yes, we will prepare your tax return from a trusted source, let you know the result, and you can use your tax refund to purchase a new vehicle. No need to wait on the government for your refund, and we'll pay for your tax prep fees. Drive away today at Avenue Auto with just your W-2 and our guaranteed credit approval. We've been making car deals for over 23 years. Call us today or see our entire inventory online.
The Michigan Department of Corrections has open interviews and hiring events taking place in Marshall, at the Marshall Law Enforcement Center, March 21st, 9 to 5. That is today in Marshall. And then in Jackson, at the Jackson Training Complex, March 23rd, 9 to 5, open interviews. And Jackson Area Corrections facilities are currently hiring for officers, healthcare, food service, and many other positions. You can get paid while you train with the MDOC. Our show today is also brought to you by Vermeulen's Home Furnishings. They're in their third generation of being family owned and operated, and this month they are celebrating 97 years in business.
Joining us now is the Jackson Director of MDHHS, Zoe Lyons. Good morning, Zoe.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, Jackson office just down the street. We're neighbors.
Yeah. The weather's nice. We can walk back and forth now almost.
Almost. We're there.
We're getting close.
Well, we've talked several times about this over the last couple of years, the need for foster parents, and we don't have enough.
We still don't have enough. Specifically for our older kids, which we've talked about over and over again. We, as kids, oh boy, older is even age 10. Doesn't seem like that's an older child, but 10 and over, it's harder to find folks willing to take them in. And these are the kids that, have experienced maybe some trauma for longer periods of time. So, yeah.
So in Michigan, we have around 10,000 children in foster care. Wow. Jackson, around 165.
165.
What is kind of the need in Jackson?
So primarily it's going to be these older kids. Okay. We also are looking for homes always that will take sibling groups. So we have, sometimes groups of 3 or 4 that children that get removed from their parents, and we want to keep them together whenever possible. When we talk to children who are older, maybe they're adults now, but we're in foster care, one of the things that we hear regularly is, I could understand why you took me away from my parents. We understood what was happening, even though we were children. We didn't understand why we couldn't stay together. And so, so that's a really hard thing for kids to understand. And so we do everything that we can to keep them in the same home.
Yeah, they get the feeling like, oh my gosh, this is my fault.
Right. And we don't. That's the last thing that we want them to think, because it is absolutely not true.
So if you're considering becoming a foster parent or learning, I'm sure there's hundreds of questions. What do you do?
Well, there are lots of different ways that you can. First of all, I always say you can always call me, and I get people reaching out to me at different points, and then I'll connect them with my licensing supervisor if they're here local. But we talk about this all over the state. It's a need all over the state. So there is a phone number that you can call, and you will reach what we call a foster parent navigator. And these are actually people who either are foster parents or have been foster parents before, which is really great, because then they can answer any questions that someone has, even probably better than me, because they've actually lived it. And so, so living that experience is important as well. And then they'll get folks connected in the right county or with the right agency, because they can be licensed either with a local office like mine or a private agency like Family Service and Children's Aid here locally.
Foster parents, do you have to be well off financially? Do you have to pay for everything? Is there anything out of pocket? What about medical?
How about sneakers?
Yeah, how about sneakers?
Sneakers. You don't have to be well off. Okay. You do have to be able to sort of be able to take care of your own family, but you will get some pay for being a foster parent. It's not going to make anyone rich, but it does help to sort of counterbalance having extra children in your home. And then for sneakers and clothes, there are clothing allowances that happen each year, so the kids get a lump sum, and then they can go shopping and get the clothing that they need. And then those are the sorts of things that we help with too. If there's ever a need, we as the office get contacted, and then really our job is to support those foster parents. And I also want to say relatives, because relatives are hugely important, and we look to relatives first, because if you have to be removed from your parents, being with your grandparents or your aunts and uncles is really the next best thing. So.
And you want to put the kids in a place where they look like their foster family. You try to match, black kids with black families.
Yeah.
Is there a shortage of?
Well, there is in Jackson. So I think we have 1 or 2 foster homes of color, and we have about 6% of our 165 children are black children, but we have 22% that are mixed race, black and white. And so that's another thing that we've heard from children who have aged out is not only was I removed from my parents, but I was removed from my culture and my ethnicity. And so yes, that is something that we are recruiting for as well, is foster homes of color. And then the newest thing is we are able to look at what we call fictive kin. This just changed in the law last fall. And so these are people who just have close relationships with the children. And they can take them in if they're willing to do that. And we will still work with them. We will help to get them licensed. But it's a great opportunity in those situations where we don't have a foster home that's willing to take them yet, and we don't have any relatives.
And I know that the term of a foster parent can be anywhere from hours to weeks to
years to forever.
Yeah, forever.
Yes. So we would also, we would be happy to have a home license that says, you know what, we'd just be willing to do it over a weekend or overnight while you're looking for the best match for the child, so that they have a warm bed and a place to take a bath or a shower and get some home cooked meals while we make that best match.
That's a nice way someone could possibly help out.
Absolutely. And then, and then sometimes it's long term, sometimes it starts short term. We just recently had one said, well, I'll do it for a couple days. And then they're like, we love her. We want to keep, we're going to keep her.
That's nice.
And so they just bonded and matched up well. And so, and then, sometimes it ends up in adoption. So it's a forever family.
And children in foster care, they're eligible for Medicaid, correct?
Yes, automatically covered for Medicaid, and Medicaid is both medical and dental. So and we have Center for Family Health here in town, which has the dental clinic. Sometimes finding dentists that take Medicaid is difficult, but we have all of that here in Jackson, so we're lucky.
And you want to keep kids from Jackson in Jackson, so
we do.
Keep things familiar.
Keeping them in their schools and with their teachers and the counselors and coaches and all those things that they already have, friends. One of the things that we know from our adverse childhood experience work is positive childhood experiences are extremely important, and friends are huge. Huge.
Zoe, thank you so much for being here today.
Certainly.
So we can get some more foster parents here in Jackson. Zoe Lyons, Jackson Director, the MDHHS. More of the morning show right after this quick break.
Tomorrow is taking shape at Napoleon Schools.
Jackson Catholic Schools includes 3 elementary preschools, Queen of the Miraculous Medal, St. John the Evangelist, and St. Mary's Star of the Sea, as well as Lumen Christi Middle School and High School. Our focus is educating the whole child, academically, socially, spiritually, and physically. To schedule a visit and to learn more about our outstanding schools, please go to jacksoncatholicschools.org. Jackson Catholic Schools, minds at work, faith in action.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I use my brain power to help kids realize theirs. I am Henry.
When Tyler got his new heart, ours became whole again. We are Henry.
I'm a bike rider and a rare cancer survivor. I am Henry.
I move patients from point A to point believe. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
I am Henry.
When you found your inner believer and all-around conqueror, you found your Henry.
Our show today is brought to you by the Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill, located at 3705 Ann Arbor Road. They have daily specials, and on Sundays, they have a brunch and Bloody Mary bar. They can also accommodate your parties in groups, so give them a call today. Reserve your space. The Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill.
Our next guest is the music director of music at the Jackson Symphony Orchestra, Dr. Matt Aubin. The maestro.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Big concert this week, and it sounds like this is going to be the event of the year.
Well, you know, go big or go home, right? Yeah, I think it's funny how certain things lead to just kind of snowball, I guess. I had this idea last year when I was programming the season to do this piece, Pictures at an Exhibition, which is a pretty famous orchestral piece, and then wanting to like think about how we could augment that with other pieces of music that are inspired by the visual arts, and then also thinking about our community and everything. I decided to talk to Phil Curtis and see if he would be interested in both sponsoring the concert, but also having a piece written especially for his uncle's artwork. So Philip Campbell Curtis, a great American artist who was born in Jackson and later lived in Arizona. It's artwork that really speaks to me. I've gone over to Phil's house. I've seen it in the gallery show at Spring Arbor University, and it's just really intriguing. It deals with actually a lot of musicians in a lot of the artwork. So Phil was on board, and we commissioned Jeremy Crosmer, who's from Ann Arbor, and is a cellist in the Detroit Symphony, a composer that we've worked with before. And he wrote a piece based on one of Philip Campbell Curtis's artwork.
So how will it work, Matt? Will the art be on display during the performance?
Yeah, so we have different visual things happening throughout the show. And the very first piece of music that we do, the speed painter from Jackson, Evan Struck, is going to come and create a piece of work as we play about a 4-minute long piece.
Oh, wow.
So,
no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. The second piece, we're doing a piece by a Black composer named William Grant Still called Mother and Child. It's just a very pretty, almost like a lullaby for strings, about 8 minutes long, and we'll be featuring artwork that School of the Arts students created based on that, like inspired by. And then on the third piece, we're doing a violin concerto called Fire and Blood by a Michigan composer named Michael Doherty. And it's inspired by the murals that Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo did that were basically commemorating the auto industry in Detroit. And so we'll just show that, and then the focus will be on the violinist for that. And I can keep talking if you want.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to mention, we mentioned we'll be out and about, won't be able to be there, but student tickets only $5.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and this would be a great show to bring your young artists to.
Yeah, I think it's the type of experience where if you're a little bit on the fence about classical music, this is not going to be a normal concert. I don't think our concerts are formal and stuffy anyway, but if you have that perception, I think you can shelf that, because this will be a real celebration of all the arts. In addition to the music, we on the second half, you mentioned the piece by Jeremy, and we'll probably display the original piece of artwork on stage so that people can kind of see it. It's called Solo, and it depicts a horn almost kind of growing out of a tree. And so the piece, of course, starts with a French horn solo. And really, I think, captures the essence of the work well. But I think the really neat thing that I didn't even plan originally, it just kind of came about a month or two ago, was that about 10 years ago, there was this film commissioned to go with pictures at an exhibition. And it's an animated film that basically depicts all the little tableaus, all the little scenes from the piece. The piece is about 30 minutes long and has these very short movements. And you may have heard them in popular culture, television commercials, movies, things like that. So these folks created this film, and rather than us being coordinated with the film, which is kind of how it normally works, if we were playing the soundtrack to Indiana Jones, that's what we would have to do. In this case, the film actually adapts to the music. So they do it through like kind of clicking along with us in our tempo, and then the film is created in such a way where it's flexible. It's really neat.
Amazing.
Really, yeah. So I think it's going to be a real treat for everybody.
Well, part of Evan Struck's deal is he's a speed painter, and when he first started, he'd set up a boombox and paint with the tempo of the music.
Right.
So does he know the tempo? Do you have to?
Well, he's coming in Thursday. I hope he's listened to this piece, because this piece is not it's not normal. It's a contemporary piece. It was written in 2022 by this same composer, Michael Doherty, who's on faculty at U of M, and it does something that uses mixed meters, is what we call it. So it goes like da 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 da. So it's almost like, I don't know, there's not a steady beat, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So he's going to almost have to dance with the music, I think.
He'll be fine.
He'll be
I
fine.
think he'll be
yeah.
fine.
He does, he dances
well,
with
and
the music.
I think the plan is that we will, after he creates the work, it'll be there on display, and then we're hoping to auction it off at the Guild Ball next December.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Do we know what he's? He probably hasn't told you.
I think
It's
that's a
secret.
surprise.
Yeah, it's
That's a
always
Don't
surprise.
even guess.
Yeah.
Don't even guess.
You have an Evan Struck in your house.
I sure do. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. My brother got it for me. A Kobe Bryant.
Oh, wow.
A month and a half before he passed away. Isn't that amazing?
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
Evan delivered it on Christmas Eve. He's so talented.
Man.
So people should plan time before and after, because there's goings on
Yes.
associated with
Yeah,
that.
so at 6:30 we have a pre-concert talk for a half an hour. Of course, if you get there early, you can walk through the gallery and see the Philip Campbell Curtis artwork. Phil was able to work with his personal collection, Albion College, and also I believe it's the Phoenix Art Museum, to have several of his uncle's works on display. It's a really nice mixture of his whole life, and I think most of the selections that Phil chose all feature the musical instruments. I also didn't realize that he created his own type of furniture, and so some of that is on display out there. I mean, and really, like see the harp, and yeah, it's just really amazing.
It's Frank Lloyd Wright influence in both his art and the furniture.
For sure. And I think it's fascinating that he painted to classical music. That's what he did. Phil told me, and somebody was saying maybe Philip Campbell Curtis's mother was an organist or something in Jackson. I don't remember, but there is one painting out there that deals with the organ as a subject, which is neat.
Yeah, you want to learn more about Philip C. Curtis, there's several books available. In fact, there's some display copies at the gallery.
Yeah.
So you can browse through those. And I think you can also order them. But it's a great opportunity to support the arts in just about every way this weekend.
Well, and to really highlight local talent, right? You have 2 Michigan composers, you have 2 Michigan-based visual artists. The Jackson School of the Arts really want to shine a light on the rich art scene in our community.
Awesome. Saturday, pictures at an exhibition and tickets available.
JacksonSymphony.org.
Have a great show.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
The Director of Music at the Jackson Symphony Orchestra, Matt Aubin. Morning show continues right after this.
The Pick Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
You protect your family. Are you protecting your home? Windows provide a view to the outdoors and protection from it. Are your windows drafty, cracked, or painted shut? Increase energy efficiency and the value of your home with vinyl replacement windows. Trust your home to the Mays experts for window protection.
If you're looking for a high-quality, affordable alternative to the emergency room, then come to IEP Urgent Care's new location in Jackson. It's the same great ER physicians who have been providing care through our local hospitals since 2008, but now with a new location to serve you better. Our ER-trained providers believe high-quality care is for everyone, so we work with all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. Come see us on East Michigan Ave.
Within the folds of your life, you find the passion and drive to keep pushing forward. Growth comes from continually moving ahead in every stage of life. Count on County National Bank to help with seamless financial solutions. We can act quickly and accommodate your needs, whatever life brings your way. Our local bankers understand our community and your goals.
Let's work together.
Learn more about our personalized banking services at cnbb.bank. Member FDIC.
At Runway Party Store, you'll find all of your everyday convenience items, smiling faces to help you find what you need, and daily specials fit for any meal. Visit us today and check out our newly remodeled location on Michigan Avenue just south of the Jackson Airport.
Now is Extreme's Ram Make the Switch event. Did you know you can custom order a new Ram for less than buying one, and you'll have it in 10 to 12 weeks? Also, have you seen the new Jeep lineup? Lease prices are great this month. Finally, the Extreme buying team would like to purchase your vehicle. Extreme pays top market value. It's easy, safe, and you get paid on the spot. Visit Extreme Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Jackson or online at extremedodge.com.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning and welcome back to the morning show. How are you today?
Fine.
I was thinking, you have all this stuff to do before your vacation. What's the one thing you always forget to do?
One thing I always forget. I never forget anything.
Really? Okay, good.
What do you forget?
Nothing, because I prepare for a week in advance. So I'm working on it right now.
Count out all your pills?
All the pills. Yep, get all the pills ready.
Yeah.
Got to make sure I have all my pills for my trip.
Do you have the chargers, the right charger?
Pills, chargers. What else? Credit cards, and then any other vices that I need.
Yeah.
Diet Coke, amongst others. So.
If you're traveling in the Northeast, Amtrak announced yesterday some really steep discounts. You can go from Amtrak, via Amtrak, from New York to Washington, D.C. for $20.
Really, that's a heck of a deal.
And if you think that's a great deal, you can go from Baltimore to Philadelphia for $5.
Well, that's not that far away.
Well, that's enough. I mean, $5.
I think it's only a 20-minute drive.
No, Baltimore and Philadelphia?
They're not that far apart.
Well, they're a little further than $5.
Well, maybe they're farther apart, but that's a good deal, $5. Excuse me.
But the hitch, you got to go between 7 p.m. and 5 a.m. It's an overnight thing. So that's fun. Those are fun times to be on a train.
I'm kind of staying away from trains at the moment. Well, you know, due to all the derailments.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not traveling by train anytime soon. I used to like to go to the Chicago by train all the time, but I'm not sure what Chicago looks like.
We should go.
Well, I'm afraid.
We're out of time. Who's on the show tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have Antonio Parker, Dee Talmadge, and Teresa Dark. We'll also have Tina Yo Lindsay from Hometown Heating and Cooling.
Later today, Henry Ford Jackson Hospital President Emily Moorhead, speed painter Evan Struck, LSU Museum's Julie Johnson, librarians Ann Neff Rose, Shannon McLean, and our Big Brothers Big Sisters Match of the Month, Sarah Harris and her little Aubrey. All that this afternoon, starting at 1 o'clock. We'll see you then.